In his work with Ruth, Dr. Corey faces the issue of diversity.
I realized how different you are from me.
And what does that mean to you? It's true, I am different, probably in a lot of ways, but what differences do you see, and what does that mean to you?
In therapy, cultural and individual differences pose their own challenges. In addition to ethnic and racial differences, there are religious and gender issues and a variety of subcultures that influence a client's thoughts and actions.
But I guess it's about, maybe you being a man and maybe you having a different cultural background and what I imagine that must have been like, maybe very different from mine. And maybe even your religious background, how hard it is for...
Yeah. Well, I haven't shared the same experiences as you have. You've had a different life, and I would hope that wouldn't stop me from understanding some of your struggles. I think, at least for me, it's important that I respect the differences.
Maybe your being a man therapist changed things here, that if I had had a female therapist, maybe it would have been different in some way.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I mean, I think if you'd gone to another male therapist, for example, things would be different. And if you'd gone to a female therapist, things would have been different. I'm not saying better or worse, I'm just saying different.
The acknowledgement and understanding of differences is crucial. If ignored, a therapist may misinterpret a client's culturally unique behavior or limit his or her ability to establish therapeutic rapport.
It would help me to kind of know what I need to understand about you, because I think your world is somewhat different. But I'm wondering if there are things you've talked about in here that somehow you felt I wasn't responsive to, or I didn't understand you. And if so, I think you need to let me know ongoingly, too. Like, what do I need to know about you that would help me work with you?
Well, maybe you need to know that for a lot of generations, my family just expected that the women would kind of take care of all the family business, and that's very difficult. But it's my responsibility to see that everything runs, that nothing happens unless I make it happen. The meals don't get made, the children don't get disciplined.
And when you've talked about that in the past, because you've talked about that a lot, do you think I haven't been able to understand that?
Well, I wonder. I can't think of anything specific that's led me to believe that you haven't.
How we work with these issues that came up is crucial. And another piece that I think is very important is that I'm open to letting the client teach me about what's important to her in this case, so that I can work with her more effectively. And although I don't have the same worldview, I think I need to at least be sensitive enough to get into her worldview. I may not understand it fully, I won't, but I think I ought to be respectful of the differences and work with them in the therapy process. And to a large extent, I think that all therapy has to be culturally based. There has to be some awareness of how culture operates. So I would see that as very much a part of an integrative model, that in addition to the thinking, the feeling, and the doing, we're always having the cultural themes play out in one way or another. And they can be worked with like any other theme, like transference, countertransference, resistance, here and now issues.